Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by now. Here's JP.
All right, welcome into a special edition of the JP Peterson Show. Thank you so much for joining us, guys, here in our special time after heading out to OTAs this morning. Very much worth it. A lot of interesting quotes coming your way from Baker Mayfield and Todd Bowles as we kind of go through the whole roster. So we are going to be heavy sound today, which means you're going to get a lot of interviews from Baker Mayfield. I thought his stuff was really, really compelling today on a lot of different topics. So we'll get to all that. You know, it's all kind of breaking news right now, so you'll get it first right here. And Todd Bowles, I thought, was very interesting, very informational. You know, very informational today, I thought. So we'll get to all that Bucs stuff. We got an incredible story about a possible attack at the UFC event this past weekend that will blow your mind. So we're going to get to that as well. But Brendan Sorsby thing is now taking a turn towards the NFL supplemental draft. Interesting. We'll have stadium stuff to talk about as the TSA now rebuking any charges of conflict of interest. Okay.
All right.
So that's good. Lots to get to today. And, of course, the Rays losing at the Dodgers last night. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Is it still good morning in Texas? No, it's just past noon.
It is
Texas.
12:04 here in sunny Dallas.
How are you, Timmy?
Nick Martinez deserved a win last night. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah. I don't want to, take anything away from our friend of the program, Kyle Tucker, but that was kind of a cheapie that he got there for the home run, which wouldn't have been a home run at Tropicana Field or many parks, but it still counts as a 3-run homer. Yeah, I thought against a lineup like that, man, even holding them to 3 runs is pretty damn good, in my opinion. So that was really the only mistake he made. And again, that wouldn't have been a home run many places, but it counts there in the bandbox that is Dodger Stadium, as does Rojas's home run, which, But, what do you really say about that one? So we'll get into the Rays as well. Lots to get here today, and thanks for tuning in to our special time here, 1 to 3 today, which we will do again tomorrow as we head out to OTAs and get more information for you. So good day out there.
Speaking of home runs in other parks that aren't home runs, we don't have to get into this today or now, but have you seen the dimensions for the new A's ballpark in Las Vegas?
I have not.
Holy crap, what are we doing?
What is it, a bandbox?
323 down each line.
Short.
Dead center, 375.
Oh, so this is going to be like a Pacific Coast League park.
That is the deepest part of the field is 375 at straightaway center field.
Wow.
What are we doing?
We're playing a lot of 12 to 10 games is what we're doing. Hey, it's Vegas, baby. That's so Vegas though, isn't it?
God.
They gotta recapture the old Bash Brothers Day.
Yeah.
Get a couple McGuire Canseco-esque guys and just bash home runs all day. Didn't they just played a series in the outdoor ballpark in Vegas, right? And one of the games was like 16 to 15. Now
that's a little park too, yeah.
Yeah, that's a little park. Is there an altitude thing in Vegas? Yeah, right.
It's 2,000 feet.
Yeah, so you get a little bit of Coors Field action, not quite, about half.
A lot, though, yeah.
But balls seem to fly out of that Vegas park. But that's an outdoor park. This will be an indoor park. So how does that measure? Tropicana Field is not a place that the ball carries very well. Mm-hmm. It's very much a hitter's park, but it's also way deeper than 375. The center is 404. And then the power alleys, especially left center, you got some deep parts of that as well.
Right.
So indoor parks, I don't know. They turn up the air conditioning in or out. I don't think you like they used to do in the Metrodome. Remember that?
Right. Just turn the vents.
You get the wind blowing in with a flick of the button. Yeah.
So great.
Visiting teams up now. Let's turn the wind machine back in their face. That was always nice. Yeah. So we'll see. That adds a little little Vegas action to it. It's not unexpected. We'll see what the dimensions in the new race park will be as well.
Yeah,
they'll probably. I guess you're probably going to want it as close to Tropicana Field as you can, right? You build a team for a certain ballpark, and clearly that was a big difference between last year and this year, being outdoors at that ballpark and being indoors at this ballpark, and it didn't fit the team last year. The Rays have been really, really good at home this year. So I would imagine that the new ballpark will have those same dimensions as close as they could. That makes sense from an organizational standpoint.
Well, if you've built your roster around the dimensions of your home ballpark, you don't want to switch that up too much.
Yeah, you want to keep it the same, keep the carpet the same, keep everything the same. Yeah, I'm for that. And it'll be much brighter with the translucent roof, which we love. So let's just get that done. By the way, we'll hit some of that a little bit later on. Already, we got some people chiming in about the TSA, so we'll hit that a little bit. But I want to jump in on the Buccaneers today as first day of mandatory minicamp. So this is not an organized team activity, Timmy. It is an actual mini camp, whatever the hell. Breaking news. Danny Boy just put it up there too as well. Torts will not be back in Vegas next year, which is weird. Guy comes in and goes, 27 and whatever it was. It was 24-1, I think, to begin the Stanley Cup final. And you just say bye-bye. And evidently that was kind of the understanding when he took the job.
Right.
But, I mean, wow. When he does that, why wouldn't you want to keep him on? And he says he wants to coach next year.
If they would have won the cup, are you still getting rid of him?
Yeah. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Okay. All right. Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Not sure I understand that, but who are you going to get that's better? We'll see. So anyway, that was surprising as well. All right, so today watching OTAs, let me just give you a few observations. If you want to queue up some of the videos I sent you, Timmy, of the actual guys playing. I don't know if you had those loaded. We could do that later. But Baker's in a new offense, and we talked a lot about Liam Cohen and Zach Robinson being kind of carbon copies, and they're best of friends. They learned in the same system under McVay. So, that was part of the hiring process. It's going to be very similar to the 2024 offense. And it's not. Well, I shouldn't say that, because what they said was it's much different from last year. So now Grizzard was supposed to kind of have the same terminology and same everything as Liam Cohen, but there were different. But the guy said today, the terminology is completely different. So it is learning a whole new offense. Now, the concepts are very similar to the Liam Cohen offense. And in fact, I asked Baker this today, especially about the run game. And he said, this is kind of a getting back to the run game. He's like, we'll hear this in a second. He's like, nothing against Grizzard. I loved him. But, basically saying that Liam had a much better understanding of the run game. And the question I posed was more about the offensive line, having those guys back. And I'm going to tell you this, Timmy, when you look now at this offensive line and you see, from left to right, Tristan Wirfs, I mean, it just looks in great shape, running around out there like, just having a ball. And you see Bredesen, and you see Barton back at center, and you see Cody Mauch, who just looks so much bigger. And then you see Gedeke. I mean, that is a stout mofo group. Those guys are fucking big. They move well. They're really, really good. I think it's top 3 offensive line in this league. And Baker said it. I think we can't say it enough. Them being healthy, them not being healthy last year was the downfall of the team. Mm-hmm. That would be number 1 right at the top of the list. Them being healthy this year is number 1 at the top of my list for success for this team. And that obviously fits. And it just because it changes everything. You get the running game going, sets up the passing game. It allows them to be explosive in the moments that they do. The running game going leads to more possession and control of the game, which is less wear and tear on your defense and exposure for your defense. It just makes everything better. And it keeps your quarterback healthy, which was also a problem last year. Baker trying to do too much and playing hurt, which we're going to probably see in a lot of detail in the upcoming Netflix series Quarterback, which begins July 14th. We're looking forward to that. Baker talked a little bit about that today. So, yeah, I mean that right, when that struck me when I looked out there and I saw all 5 of those guys healthy and doing their thing. Now, of course, the plays today, they can't really block anybody. There's no pads. You don't want anybody falling on the ground. So there's not a whole lot of that going on. And
practice is taken away from you when guys fall on the ground.
Exactly. And worse did hit the ground and everybody lost their minds. It was kind of crazy. No. It was kind of crazy and funny at the same time. It was like, oh no, somebody hit the ground. Stop the practice. Stop the practice.
Somebody apologize.
Yeah, there was definitely a little bit of sarcasm in that, I think. But yeah, that's one thing striking. Baker, I don't think, and this isn't nothing. It really is. He's learning a new offense. He's trying things, trying to fit the ball in certain places. He had a couple picks today. And there was another one that Jackson, I think, dropped, the linebacker. He threw right to him. So, I mean, did Baker have a bad day? Yeah, he did. What does it mean? Absolutely nothing. It just means nothing, but we got to talk about something. So, he's when you hear him talk, it's not like I got this offense down or it's more like we're learning. We're learning. It's all day one install of a lot of different stuff. And Bowles talked about Zach Robinson, the new OC, just being a stickler for details. And you can kind of see that out there. He's constantly like, this is wrong. This you got to get this right. Everything has to be perfect. And that's the mark of a good offensive coordinator. You don't want every little detail. If it's not followed, it matters. It matters. And you want coaches that are like that. You want them like that. So I think they're working through that, and it's a work in progress. And every day they're out there is a big day to get that down. So what it tells me is they're, this offense might start a little slow as they learn it, because there's learning it in practice and executing it in practice, and then there's executing it on game day. Totally different deal. So I would think that instead of, are there familiar concepts? Absolutely. But to hear the players talk, it is definitely a lot of new stuff, and it's a learning process, and that is ongoing. So that was another thing I think that's interesting. We got our first look at Al-Qadim Muhammad after being fooled,
practicing with the team, huh?
Yeah. After being fooled by that stripper Hassan Reddick, and I say that because when we all fell in love with it last year. He said all the right things, did all, it's like, oh, Hassan's going to have a big year. We all, yeah, we all were like, oh.
I bought into it.
So with Al-Qadim, I'm getting a lot of the same feels, Now, the thing about it, he said all the right things today. He looks good. He's wearing 97, Timmy. Wearing 97, and he's big and long coming off the edge. Gives you a little bit of, dare I say, Simeon Rice feels.
Careful.
I know.
Careful.
I'm falling for the stripper here. It's what I'm doing. Fully admit it. Oh, she looked in my eyes and said all the right things, Timmy. Oh, I'm not falling for it.
She's definitely into you.
He gave me his number as he walked away.
Yeah. Send that to me.
So I got to, I got to temper my excitement. He looks good, sounds good, but I'm not falling for it this time. I'm going to wait to see some actual production on the field. Now, to be fair, Al-Qadim Muhammad does not have the rap sheet that Hassan Reddick had. We should have known. He showed himself for what he was. And that was, he wasn't, it is what it is.
Putts.
And so we're not going to say anything great about him, except he said all the right things today. Looks good. We'll see if he's a player. He had 11 sacks last year. That's a big deal. It was his career high. He's kind of been, a journeyman through. I shouldn't say journeyman. I'll say, rotational player for most of his career. So we'll see what happens. And listen, you got Ruben Bain in that slot right now. And you look across that's another thing. You look across that front seven, that starting front seven, and you see Ruben Bain, Kalijah Cansey. Now, he was out there today, but he didn't do anything. So you're going to have Vita Vea in there and Yaya Diaby. And then you have Anzalone and Trotter. And that's a significant change. It's a significant change. And again, it looks great. Looks great. Conceptually should be, very tough to block. You got the load that is Vita Vea. And I asked Bowles this today, with those new faces that you have, do you feel confident that you can get pressure with 4 and not have to blitz and only blitz when you want to? And he said, that's the plan. That's the plan. So I think that is the plan. And they want to be able to get that and blitz a lot less and only blitz when you want to. And, again, it's underwear football, but it looks good. You wanted to see change in the front 7. We got it.
It's better than underwear football looking bad, right?
Right. Right. I mean, you look at the moves that Light has made, and they all make really good sense. Now, would we have liked some bigger names that were available? Sure, we would have. But obviously, they cost more money and are going to keep you from making other moves that you may need to make.
Max Crosby,
which is extending other contracts, et cetera, et cetera. So how much, just because you got the most expensive guy doesn't mean he's the best bang for the buck, right? In fact, the most expensive guy is usually not the best bang for the buck. Because why? He's expensive.
Because it's so high, yeah.
Right. It's, and so that's, he's going to have to be a, all pro in order to justify the contract. And if he's just, he doesn't have that kind of season, well, then you're not getting the best bang for the buck. Whereas, a guy like Muhammad comes in and gives you 7-8 sacks, that's a good deal. Especially if you can get, the similar from Bain. So everything makes sense and it looks good out there. And now they got to kind of put that all together. Ted Hurst, number 17, caught a touchdown pass today in the back of the end zone.
It's just the video you have?
I don't know. No, because that was during the time we didn't have video. But the receivers drill, you'll see him in there if you want to. Baker to Hurst, that one will work. I think it's the second throw. So he's number 17. It's coming up right here. Baker, the Baker, it does a little stop route. 17 areas. Big boy. Nice soft hands. Good transition with the ball and go. Obviously, there's nobody guarding him, but I just wanted you to take a look at his body. And he's a big boy. And he moves he's a really smooth mover. I like the way he transitions to, from catching the ball to running the ball, which is sometimes tough for a big guy. But that touchdown he had coming across the back of the end zone from Browning was nice. He doesn't fight the ball when he catches it. He looks like he's not intimidating. I mean, guy who played at Georgia State his whole career, right? Yeah. He comes to the NFL. You might think he'd be a little intimidated. I mean, it's hard to tell in this football, but he seems talking to everybody about him. They all say that it doesn't seem too big for him. Doesn't seem to. A lot of times these small school kids, they get bright-eyed and big-eyed, and it's a little too much for him. But the word is it's not for him. So I don't think he's going to, have a Emeka Ibuka type rookie season. I don't see that at all because there's too many good receivers out there. I mean, if injuries hit, then maybe. But I could see this guy having, 28 to 35 catches, 500 yards, 400 to 500 yards, and 6 to 7 touchdowns because he's going to be a red zone target. If he has that kind of rookie year, that's awesome. And that's something that he brings a little something that the other guys don't. And he's very good at high pointing the ball. Very good at high pointing the ball. 6'3" and long wingspan. Very good at high pointing the ball. So all good. So that's my basic kind of things that caught my eye. By the way, Browning is a backup quarterback. Kid's got some moxie. Got a little bit of moxie. They're going goal line, and he kind of bootlegged. There's a lot of bootlegs in this offense, by the way. He bootlegged out, had a guy coming at him, and he just kind of did a little Mahomes sidearm, almost underhand, for a touchdown pass. Oh, really, there was a lot of oohs and ahs on that one. Kind of sweet.
Is anybody missing Kyle Trask right about now?
Yeah. No, that is a play you would never see from Kyle Trask, like as in never. Yeah. As in absolutely never. So, all right, let's line up. You know what? Let's hit a couple of these other videos here. A little bit of just throwing and catching here. J-Mac looks good, man. He's bigger, smoother than he was last year, in my opinion. You look at Tez has put on a little weight. I asked Bowles. He said, yeah, I think he's up to 125 now. Not a great throw or catcher. I don't even know who 8 is, to be honest with you.
Troy Aikman.
This guy right here, 14. Big year. Big year for Godwin. He is looks like vintage Godwin. He's going to get a shit ton of targets. Yep. If he's in your fantasy draft, Chris Godwin, he's going to get he's going to get 8 to 12 targets a game.
You think he's feeling pressure to be the guy this year?
No, it's not him. It's not him. He's as strong mentally as any player I've seen.
Yeah. But I mean, that still doesn't mean you're not. You don't fear elevated expectations when your number one receiver's gone and it's going to fall on you.
No, I don't sense that at all.
I'm not saying like he'll crack under the pressure. I'm just saying like.
Are you saying like getting, safety over the top, stuff like that? Will he be able to handle that? Yeah. He will. Yeah. Okay. I don't. He's as good technically a receiver as I've ever seen in terms of route running and catching in traffic and running after it. As good as anybody. I think this is another just a series of throws over the middle. Yeah, they're hitting the tight ends. Payne Durham had a touchdown today in goal line.
Number one.
Right after Baker threw a horrible interception to Antoine Winfield Jr. over the middle. Like, threw it right to him. He never saw him. That was not good in goal line. That's Bauer. Bauer had a touchdown today. He seems to make plays every OTA. That's the kid, the 7th rounder from LSU. Not big, not fast, but kind of makes plays, kind of tight end, which is kind of in the Devin Culp, Right. So I'm not expecting great things from Bauer, but, he's serviceable, not bad for a 7th round pick. All right, let's see.
K-Dog's going to make the team this year?
I think he might. He talked today, but I didn't stick around for him.
You didn't need to give me any ammunition?
I didn't. Cade's not a great interview. He's not.
No.
He's gonna throw you out a few cliches. There's not.
Is he a better interview than he is a tight end? Maybe.
No, he's a much better tight end than he is interview, which speaks to both skills, I think, in that realm. All right, let's get to what time we at here. Let's get to some Baker maybe. Or let's start with Todd Bowles. Let's start with little Todd Bowles. Let's do the first Todd Bowles here, and we'll run through that and have some comments for you as we go. Thoughts on practice today? Would you like? Did I like? I had the first question.
I think they're getting the schemes down on both sides. That's important. We're starting to understand situational football a little better. We just got to keep working on that. So that's really the basis of it. No, he's not.
That was Roseboom.
Roseboom out here. Was he missing today's practice?
He's excused. He has a personal thing that he has to handle, but he'll be here.
Not for OTAs. He's not coming for OTAs.
He's excused.
Yeah.
Will he be here tomorrow?
No, he won't be here for this minicamp, but he'll be at training camp.
I don't think that's a big deal for Roseboom not being there.
Just bringing him in that late. He's full speed. He needs to go come training camp, but we don't need to see him right now.
Vita Vea didn't do much. He's talking about Vita.
The goal line work there. Did you get more from the Winfield interception or the 3 touchdowns?
I don't get anything from it. It's hard to do goal line when you're not hitting people and you're not covering people like that. So it's just about executing the mechanics for us.
How has Josh Hayes looked as a cornerback? I know he's been a special teams ace for you, but how's his development been on defense?
He's got the skill set, just got to be more consistent in the small things, and he's working on that this year, but he's made great strides this spring.
Seems like every practice hour start does something, takes a play here and there. Just your thoughts on how he's coming along.
He's working, like the rest of the tight ends, he's working. He looks like a good athlete out there.
Power question.
Get the pads on, we get a better feel.
A bunch of corners and tight ends out today. None of the guys that are held out right now have anything to carry over.
So, on Anzalone not being there.
No, he was there.
Well, who's excused?
Roseboom.
Roseboom. I'm sorry.
The other white linebacker.
The other white.
I know you get them confused.
Guy.
They all look alike.
Yeah, the other new guy.
Yeah.
So him not being there, and I'm not trying to make something out of nothing. What on earth would would you have to have personally to miss your OTAs with your new? And we said the same thing about Reddick last year.
Mandatory.
And I'm not comparing him to Reddick, right? And these are
Right.
mandatory, but short of like the death of a family member or the birth of a child,
We don't know.
what on
He
earth
said
is
it's personal.
happening?
Well, he said it's personal, so it's got to be something serious. So I don't want to
Court
dog the
date?
guy about it. Yeah, listen. It's Christian Roseboom. He's
I
a
know.
rotational special teams player. I mean, I don't mean to minimize what's going on with him personally because I have no idea.
Right.
So it's not a thing.
No, and I know it's not. I'm just in my football brain. Given the circumstances, I'm trying to figure out, and I'm not saying it's bad or it's going to affect his play or anything. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, like, what personal matter could a professional football player have that would cause, and the team's obviously okay with it, or at least
Well, I don't know if
maybe
they're
they didn't
okay
have a
with it. It
choice.
just is what it is. You
Right.
I'm sure it's got to be something serious personally
Sure,
for him to miss for a new team because it's not like he's guaranteed a roster spot.
No,
he's
not
losing
at
reps to guys that are going to take his job. So it's probably extremely, something. I hate to say it, but I bet it's something bad. It's got to be something bad, and I'm we'll feel for him.
We might know down the road. You never know.
Yeah. All right, let's do a little Baker. Let's do Baker's first one, and then we'll hit the break.
I gotta find
Baker Mayfield speaking today. Not a whole lot of contract questions, which at this point, what's he really going to say about it? But I thought the other stuff was really good. Here's Bake.
Yeah, it's different. It'll be different without Mike, and that's teams would have to double cover him or bring a safety over the top.
I'm just talking about Mike Evans.
So it'll be different, but that also, I think, based on personnel and moving guys, our receivers are all somewhat similar skill sets. Some guys do a little bit different things better than others, but we'll be able to kind of dictate based on personnel and those guys moving them around and really seeing what defenses are, how they're going to try and cover us, attack us. And so it's a great luxury to have. But yeah, we expect all those guys. I mean, I think Chris looks really, really good right now. Just training with him the whole offseason, and J-Mac as well. These guys have busted their tails. And so Chris looks like he's back into his pure form. J-Mac's healthy. He looks great at this point. Last year, unfortunately, got hurt, and then obviously Emeka taking those steps from year one to year two. And Tez obviously showed flashes last year, and then Ted Hurst and Cade, Payne, Bauer, Coe, Dev. I mean, we got some weapons, and so it's a luxury to have. But for me, it's going through my reads, not trying to force it, because with the system that we have and the guys we have, somebody should be open.
The last time we talked to you actually talked about the fact that you and the team were pretty far apart on contract negotiations.
This is a question about the contract negotiations, pretty far apart on it. How is that, affecting him or the way he handles his business?
Who asked this?
This is Jenna.
Okay.
Jenna Laney,
No,
ESPN.
pretty much the same, but for me, like I told you guys, it's not going to affect how I approach this. Things will happen when they should, but for now, I'm worried about getting better each day, finishing mini camp and this off-season program the right way, and going into training camp. So, yeah, just handle it one day at a time.
Has there been any indication to you about during these negotiations about?
The question is, do they want him to play differently
Started
to
every
protect
single game
himself?
last year for 3 years, so I don't know if that should ever be a question.
Baker, you've gone to war with Alex Anzalone in New Orleans, and
Is that the end of that one?
Yeah.
So, the contract questions, he's kind of answered already. But then the fact that, what he said, and then, our interview with Jason Light, I think shed a little bit of light on it as well. Of course, we were quoted at Pro Football Talk, right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That's good. Big time program that we are.
We are big time.
So, but I think what Light said was interesting. He's like, he said, well, Baker can say what he wants to say, and he's going to say that. So I think that probably put it in a little bit of a different light. I mean, you see that these two are far apart, and more than anything, it's the fact that he has to play this year without any guarantees of future earnings.
Yeah.
And that's a mofo. And he's going to have to make that decision because, listen, the Bucs are probably going to offer him, I would think, at least $140 million guaranteed dollars. That would be a low ball,
It's not
honestly.
enough. Yeah.
It's not enough, but it's also 140. You're going to play for 40 this year, 41. And if you want to sign before training camp and guarantee yourself $140, $150 million, You can do that. You can do that, but that would be considered, I would think, a low ball offer. But it's also money in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
It's also money in the bank.
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing. It's definitely not nothing. It's definitely not nothing. But it's not 250 guaranteed. Do you think he would get 250 guaranteed on the open market? If he had a great year,
he'll get 200 for sure.
I think you'll get 200 for sure. I think you'll get approaching 200 guaranteed.
Yeah.
What was I forget what the guaranteed money was in the Mahomes deal, which is not obviously comparable Baker and Mahomes, but it's a measuring stick. It sets the market. So I didn't see what he got guaranteed. I mean, who was the last one? I mean, the Purdy contract would probably be the last one that's most apples to apples. You know?
Mahomes has $504.75 million.
What's the guarantee on that?
That says guaranteed mechanisms.
Wow.
Whatever the hell that
He's got
means.
500 guaranteed. Okay.
Can reach up to 522 in guarantees with incentives and escalators.
Well, those aren't guarantees though. Well, that's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They're wording it weird. Yeah.
But I would think the Bucs would at least offer 140. I think he could probably get 200 or 190 guaranteed. Listen, his market value is 54 annually.
Right.
That's his market value. That's what Spotrac and most people would say his market value is 54.
Purdy got $100 million fully guaranteed at signing, and $182 million in total guaranteed money for injury.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. 182. So I would think Baker's looking for at least that. At least.
Yeah.
And I think, and I have no idea what the Bucs are offering. I have no idea. It's just they said they're not close. What does that mean? And so not close, they didn't even want to counter. So that means maybe the Bucs are at 140 guaranteed. Ugh. And they're worried about his risk of injury, et cetera, et cetera. I get it. But if you're I'm going to tell you this, if you're going to go into this with not signing him, he's not going to be a happy camper. And is he going to ball his ass out? Yeah, absolutely. But it's just different. It's different. It's different being, that means I'm going to play like a mercenary this year. That's got to be your attitude. I mean, or you guarantee him 175, 180, and now this is my team. This is my team. I think you got to be closer to 200. This is my team. This is my city. I'm never leaving. Thank you for the guarantee. $200 million. Now I can go out and play without fear of getting injured. Because if you go play this year without a contract, that injury is always going to be in the back of your head. And I don't care if you're Baker Mayfield, who I think wants to win as bad as anybody out there in his heart and his, I don't think he can play without that. But I also think it's also human nature. Are you really going to push it when you have no guarantees past this year? Hell to the no. You're not. Even if you're Baker Mayfield, I don't think you can do that. Subconsciously, you can't.
That's the point I was about to make is, Jenna Lane asked him if the team was asking him to sort of play it safe this year. If I'm Baker Mayfield, I'm playing it safe this year for my own benefit. Like, I don't need to be told because I'm protecting my body. It's my investment.
Well, and that's my point. Once you don't have a contract, the whole dynamic changes.
Yep.
The whole dynamic changes because this is just business now. This is just business. You don't love me enough to put the ring on my finger. That's the way he's looking at it.
God, I've
right?
heard that so much.
And you don't love me that much. Otherwise, you'd have given me the market rate for guaranteed money.
Put a ring on it.
You say you love me. The owners say they love me, and Jason Light says they love me. They want me here forever. Okay. Show me. Show me how bad you want it. Put that ring on the finger, and it better not be a fake diamond. Better be a golden diamond source, real diamond.
Golden diamond source, yeah.
That's right. We don't sell fake diamonds here. Better be the real thing, golden diamond source. And so, where are we at? I really want this to get done before the season because then you could have all in Baker. Yeah. And that's what you need.
That's
you
the fun Baker to watch too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you sign him for, I would offer him 5 years at 50 million average, and I'll guarantee you close to 200. And I know it sounds crazy.
I know it sounds
crazy, but that's the going rate for a guy who's second in the league in the last 2 years in touchdown passes and yards. That's the going rate. Don't tell me about wins and losses. Don't tell me about all that. I've seen enough to know this guy can win games in the clutch.
So you're saying
The losses are not on him.
You're saying 5 years at 50 with 200 guaranteed. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have an out until year 5, really, with him.
Basically, yeah.
In that deal, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? That's the going rate.
It's the going rate. And it's actually, when you look at some of the other contracts, that's less than Purdy's making.
Yeah.
That's less than Purdy's making.
Give me Baker over Purdy any day.
Any day. Any day.
I love Brock Purdy, but come on.
Same. Nathan says, for Baker, go 4 years, 240, 180 guaranteed, ends up being a 3-year contract for the Bucs. Yeah. I think we're pretty close on that. I think you're right there, Nathan. Yeah.
There's Baker.
And if I'm Baker, if I'm Baker, I take that. If I'm Baker Mayfield, I take that. You're going to gamble. So what you're gambling is I got 40 guaranteed this year. That's all I got guaranteed. I get a catastrophic injury, that $180 million evaporates. But I can sign right now and I got $180 million in my pocket. What, if I play it out, maybe I get 230. Maybe if I have a great year, I get 230 guaranteed. Would you take $180 million in your pocket? And even though you might be able to get 230, give me the 180 all day long. Come on now.
That's you and I saying that. And I get it. That might be the logical thing to do. I don't know that it's the Baker thing to do. That's not the agent thing to do.
But you got to take that. Nathan says $60 million per year will be a bargain in 2 years, and as quarterbacks will be getting near 70. That's right.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes will not be the highest paid quarterback for long. Not until Joe Burrow gets to the track next.
Good Lord.
I don't know when his deal's up. Yeah.
The most overpaid quarterback in the league.
I disagree.
Sorry, that's Caleb Williams.
No, it's Dak Prescott. Definitely think he'll get between 52 to 55, says today be fit. Yeah.
Disagree.
I think, again, I think that's right where the honey hole is there. 180, 190 guaranteed, 5 years, 250 right there, or 4 years, and it's a 3-year contract. Yeah, if I'm the Bucs, I would offer that. I think that's a good deal for them. I think it's a good deal for Baker. I think that's a good right there where Nathan Stout said about 240, 4 years, 180 guaranteed. Yep. I think that's good. I think it's good. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side. We're going to hear more from Bowles, more from Baker. We're going to get into the Rays. We got some interesting information on that UFC attack that was thwarted. Really interesting stuff there. Brandon Sorsby, the TSA shenanigans going on. We'll get into that vis-a-vis the Rays Stadium. We're brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. I got the GV70. That's the car everybody's talking about. It is a midsize SUV, and it is fab. Absolutely incredible. The technology, the comfort in that thing, the performance. When you need it to get up and go, it will get up and go. Got all the technology, all the beeps and bells and whistles, everything you need. Check it out, the GV70 at the Genesis of Tampa. You got great lease deals going on right now. They also have great trade-ins. They're trying to make deals. They're newer in this market, and they want to make deals and build up that customer base because they know once you drive these cars, you'll be back time and time again. GenesisofTampa.com is the website. Tell them JP sent you. Back in 3. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler, so don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source, so if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we roll on. Our thanks to the great folks at Pitch Roofing. Roofing done right. You heard the jingles. And here's with the storms now gathering in the Gulf, right? We're getting ready for hurricane season. Here's the deal. Call the good folks at Pitch Roofing. They're going to go over to your house free of charge, check out, inspect your entire roof, let you know if there's any damage up there. They'll also let you know how much life you got left on your roof, right? It's like, it should be 6 years, whatever. So this is what you should start thinking about in terms of what the cost will be if it's a hurricane. If a hurricane comes through, This is how we do things. Get on the preferred client list. So when everybody's trying to find somebody to come, when these things happen, it could take years to get a roofing company, a good one, to come do your roof. You don't want the old blue tarp up that long. So make sure you get that preferred client list going with the great folks at pitchroofing.com. Give them a call over there. I've been over to their office over in St. Pete. Really, really good guys. Love working with them. So pitchroofing.com. They're the folks. Give them a call. Get that free estimate. Tell them JP sent you. Hey, Timmy, I was reading in the break here about this plot to attack the UFC.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of this.
Yeah, boss, this is crazy.
How close did they come?
Pretty damn close.
Democrat.
Pretty damn close. 5 people were in custody as of Monday. Investigators identified 23 people as part of a potential network of plotters. The alleged plan involved using explosive-laden drones to hit buildings near the event, force a mass evacuation, and steer crowds towards a pre-staged sniper team. The second wave was allegedly planned to storm the White House gate, according to officials. The FBI learned of the threat on June 10th and worked with partners to secure probable cause for an arrest in Cincinnati, where one suspect was taken into custody. Court documents identified him as a 19-year-old named Tyson Proper. Yeah, looks very improper. According to the criminal complaint, Proper allegedly spent $3,000 of his graduation money to purchase lots of ammunition, guns, extra magazines, and other items for the alleged attack. Authorities estimated that several boxes of ammunition that Proper has allegedly acquired contained thousands of rounds. They also alleged that Proper acquired an AR-style rifle, a bull pup rifle painted with an American flag, and 2 plate carriers with AR-style magazines. His family voluntarily turned over the equipment to law enforcement. His father told officers that Proper had quit his job to meet up with people he had met online to conduct missions and recons. According to the complaint, it was that Proper's mother at first alerted authorities over concerns about his recent alleged firearm purchases and communications with individuals online. 2 others identified as Brian Omar Roja and Michael Allen Thomas were arrested in California for alleged involvement in the plot. Both men were charged with conspiracy to commit murder. They have appeared in court on Monday in Riverside. Daniel Eskridge of Kansas City, Missouri, and Abraham Hermosolo Alvarez of Omaha were also arrested. Court documents say Eskridge's wife told investigators he described himself as a recruiter for the group and had amassed tactical gear, including a rifle, ammunition, and other equipment in recent months. She also said he built a firearms range on his property about 3 weeks ago before his arrest, that she was aware of the signal communications through messages that appeared on a shared tablet. Like you're looking up the old grocery list and it's like, wait a minute.
What is this?
This looks interesting. According, looks like my honey's going to the UFC event. Wow.
You just thought he was cheating on you.
And this quote from Secret Service Director Sean Curran. In the days leading up to this weekend, our special agents, mission support personnel, and technical security teams worked around the clock to identify those responsible and hold them accountable. Equally important to our protective mission is ensuring accountability through the justice system. To that end, our formal comments regarding the specifics of this case will be made through court filings. So they didn't give a lot of information.
Yeah.
Investigators later uncovered signal chats in which multiple people allegedly discussed attacking the UFC event. An initial review of one suspect's iPhone identified at least 23 signal users discussing pre-operational activity. Wow.
Jeez.
Some of those involved in the attack planned to travel to Fredericksburg, Virginia on June 12th and 13th. One suspect allegedly told investigators the goal was to target capitalist elites, billionaires, or politicians who received donations from the American Israel Public Affairs Committee.
Whoa. What is wrong with people?
A lot. And the worst about it is I've seen a lot of this online, and there's a lot of them. Oh, damn it, they missed again.
Which one's worse?
I don't think it's really debatable. wishing for the death of other people because you just disagree with them politically.
Yeah.
And in this case, you don't even know what their politics are. You just want to slaughter people at the UFC event that was at the White House. What if they're not even Trump fans? They're just UFC fans.
Right.
Just probably.
What if they think just like you? They just happen to have tickets to the event.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's okay. It's, Trump's involved. So let's just kill everybody and that'll be okay. Yeah.
That's unfathomable.
Yeah. Is it though in this day and age? So that's interesting. Before we get back to the Bucs, I want to hit some of these other topics. The Brendan Sorsby thing is, I think, really interesting. And I'll tell you, how I think this whole thing went down. First of all, so Texas Tech and Sorsby go through all this dog and pony show to get him eligible at Texas Tech. They, somehow get the judge to move over to Lubbock to rule on the injunction.
Mm-hmm.
It gets an injunction that trial was not going to happen until February. So he was eligible for this year. He was going to play there. I don't think there were any more legal maneuvers. I guess there could have been, but this same judge would have heard the case and he's just going to say, all right, well, here's the case in February, but right now we're going to give him an injunction.
Well, you had multiple schools in the Big 12 threatening to sue the Big 12, including the Attorney General of Oklahoma being involved with Oklahoma State, threatening legal action against the Big 12 if he was allowed to play, if they allowed him to play. Because the Big 12, all they have to do is say, no, he's ineligible. Doesn't matter what the NCAA says. Tech is a Big 12 school. The Big 12 can say he's ineligible. And now you got to go through a whole nother court proceedings because all that was that Sorsby did was against the NCAA. And you had, it was going to start a Big 12 war between schools. And look, I'm a Tech guy. I was excited for Sorsby to be there. But after all of this was the only way this was going to end, was him not playing. I don't care what the court said. I don't care what legal action was filed. There was no way he was going to play.
I don't agree. Listen, they can file all the lawsuits they want, but if you're telling me your team's not going to, or you're not going to, when Texas Tech shows up at your house and you've sold 80,000 tickets and got about a $28 million gate you're about to collect, you're gonna forfeit the game and refund the tickets. I call bullshit on that.
No, that was never going to. They weren't. I know they threatened that, but you and I both know that's BS.
That's never going to happen.
That was never going to happen.
So what was going to happen? People were going to get mad. They were going to yell and scream and kick and threaten lawsuits. But in the end, he still had his injunction. I'm no legal expert, but I think what it came to be, and to your point, it was just too much noise. And Texas Tech was like, is this worth it? And the Big 12 was like, is it worth it? And it's kind of like, listen, guys, Can we just not? Like, we don't want to, we can go to court and pay all the lawyers. It's like me and my ex-wife. Or can we just settle this out of court and get him the hell out of here? And we can, and we'll do something else at quarter. I don't know what you could probably tell me what their options are at quarterback, in terms of how this hurts them on the field. I mean, clearly the guy can play. Sure. 6'3", 235. What at Cincinnati? I'm trying to look at some of his numbers now. This was in 23. Transfer. He was a semifinalist for the Davey O'Brien Award after the 25 season. So, he was highly sought after. And by the way, they said he's going to be able to keep his money. I think he got a $5 million NIL deal.
He got $5 million from
Texas Tech said we're not going to try to get it back. So that tells me they were like, okay. And I'm sure the conference said, listen, we'll make it right to you. This is too big of a black eye for college football, for the Big 12. Let's just get rid of them. And so let's figure out a deal like, okay, if you can keep your money if you go apply for the NFL, and then it's their headache. That's what happened, right?
Yeah. And look, how this affects Tech this season, obviously, is a huge blow. They gambled their entire season on Brendan Sorsby, as along with Sam Levitt, the top two quarterbacks in the transfer portal. Levitt, of course, went to LSU, but that was only after Sorsby chose Tech because Lane Kiffin wanted Sorsby. And once Sorsby went to Tech, Sam Levitt went to LSU. Behind Sorsby, the number one guy now will be, and you can't go back into the transfer portal now and find a guy. That period is over.
Well, or you could just go get a guy, go get somebody else like Miami did, and who's already signed a deal. Seriously, at what point? At what point they could just go? They could just go buy somebody else off somebody else's roster because obviously these contracts don't mean shit.
But if you're looking at the current roster, you're not hopeless. You've still got Will Hammond, who's the sophomore, who was Baron Morton's backup, played very, very well while in the 4 or 5 games Morton was hurt last year. And Will Hammond tore his own ACL though in October. So he's still recovering from that. He's not going to be ready until probably October.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do in the meantime? They've got Lloyd Jones, who's a redshirt freshman. He's 6'4", 215. He played a little bit last year, but none of these guys are Brendan Sorsby caliber.
Now, the last 2 years, Sorsby, last 2 years at Cincinnati, he was 5-7 in 2024, but completed 64% of his passes, 2,800 yards, 136.4 rating, 18 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Last year, he did even better. 7-5, 61.6%, 2,800 yards again, 8.3 yard average, not bad, and rating of 155, 27 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Kid can play. And he's big. He's got a big arm. So next question is supplemental draft.
Mm-hmm.
So the way the supplemental draft works is every team says, okay, I'll give up our second round pick. And then you got your draft order, right? Then somebody says, oh, maybe I'll give up. It's all, it's a secret ballot.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll give a third. Maybe the Bucs will say, I'll give you a fifth. And so if it comes around and nobody else is taking them, then you get them. And that's your 5th round pick, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. My guess is somebody uses a late second round pick. What do you think?
Yeah. And my top 3 teams too, that I've got that probably would show the most, and this is just guessing. This isn't things I've heard. This is just me looking at the landscape of the NFL quarterbacks. I would guess the Jets, the Browns, and the Cardinals all have interest in Brendan Sorsby, among other teams. But those are probably your top 3 teams that would give up the most in order to draft him in the supplemental draft. Is he NFL ready? I don't think so. I don't think he's coming in, certainly not like a Cam Ward or somebody, he's not that. Where if he had another season, if he repeated at Tech what he did at Cincinnati last year, is he going to get drafted to the NFL? Well, yeah, absolutely he's getting drafted. Where would he get drafted though? Like, is he a day 2 or a day 3 guy normally? And if so, where does that fall in the supplemental draft? Is the team going to give up a second rounder? Like, I don't know. I
think somebody will.
Know.
I think somebody will. Somebody will give up.
I don't think he's ready to start. I don't think
No.
he's ready to start in the NFL right now.
Yeah, and if you're giving up in a and teams already have their pecking order of quarterbacks anyway.
Sure.
So,
but you also have teams that don't necessarily like their pecking orders.
Right.
Arizona,
Exactly. Oh, exactly. Well, let's just take the Bucs for example. I mean, Baker. Listen, things are in flux. Things are in flux. And without Baker having a contract, what is your future at quarterback? And if you have the year you think you're going to have, and you win the NFC South 10-7, you go into the playoff, you win a playoff game, and you could be picking 20th, 25th. Even though it's a great quarterback draft,
right?
And he was going to be part of it clearly. So if you're the Bucs, are you looking at this? Now, here's the thing: if you're the NFL, you want this guy in your league? I know. Listen, and you said this earlier before the show. Well, how could the NFL not? They're all about gambling. Well, I get that. So now gambling has never been more prevalent on NFL games than it is right now.
Or accepted, yeah.
accepted is fine, but all the more reason that you should be worried about a guy like this. A starting quarterback who is an admitted gambling addict.
Yeah.
Addict means I can't control myself.
Mm-hmm.
Are you, as the NFL, you want to just welcome this guy into your league? Hey, I'm a gambling addict. I can't control myself. I want to be a starting quarterback in your league. Huh? Wait a minute. I mean, and if you just let him in without, suspension, without penalty, without anything, and I'm not even sure you could do it because it happened before, but if some guy, in his off season murders somebody and he's eligible for the draft, I don't think, he wasn't playing in the NFL when he did it. Well, I don't think that's really the issue here.
Right.
Of course the Patriots did that anyway.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Absolutely.
Knowing full well he had shot people and tried to kill them.
Well, and here's part of that too, is I feel like the NFL, whether it's true or not, thinks that they probably have a better support system for their players with things like this.
Whether what's true or not. The gambling?
No. Whether they actually have a better support system for guys like
okay.
this.
All right. Okay, guys.
Yeah, so they're going to say, and they think that they do. I don't know if I kind of feel like they probably do. It's the NFL, and teams have dealt with everything at this point. So, an NFL team that takes him probably feels like they can control this a little bit better. They can, and college teams could have done this too. Tech could have done this. Cincinnati might have tried to do it. By the way, where's all these wins that are supposed to be vacated by the Bearcats? How are they not being punished for this? How is Indiana not being punished for this from 3 years ago? I guess that's a different story for the NCAA to address. But
yeah, well, they have no teeth. That's the problem.
No, I know. Or the Big 12. The Big 12 can, Cincinnati. But I feel like the NFL, if he's on an NFL roster, the NFL kind of feels like, well, we can probably keep an eye on this better than the Cincinnati Bearcats could.
By the way, is vacating wins like the weakest ass punishment in history? Like, who the fuck cares?
Who cares? Wins from
who
now,
cares?
Last year.
Yeah. Like, whatever. Do I get my money back if I lost a bet? That's all I need to know.
And you know what? Take away scholarships. Who cares? Nobody uses scholarships anymore. Everything's done through the portal.
Who are you punishing? And for what? Did Indiana know he was gambling on his team? You got to prove that to me.
Did the backup center have anything to do with this at Cincinnati last year? No. And he's going to be punished for it. I get it.
I don't get how that's going to help anything.
Somehow you've got to figure out how to punish the program in general, though. And I don't know how you do that.
If they knew about it. If they knew about it.
They admitted they knew about it.
Who? Indiana?
No, Cincinnati.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, and Indiana knew about it. It's part of why he wasn't in Indiana anymore.
Well, then that's an issue.
Yeah.
If they knew about it and didn't make it public, then there should be some punishment for that.
Yeah, when this story first broke weeks ago, but that was part of the story. Cincinnati knew about it, and they didn't say anything to Tech about it or anybody else.
Wow, that's a problem. That's a problem.
So this is going to be an ongoing thing. Look, this story is not over by any stretch. And to me, again, this is the only way this thing could have ended. Is him not playing and him entering the supplemental draft. And I think he kind of knew that because he was gearing all of his lawsuits, all of his legal things, so that by the 22nd, because June 22nd is the deadline to declare.
Then why go to court to get the injunction?
Because I don't think he knew he was going to get the backlash. I don't think Tech understood the backlash that was going to come with that injunction.
Really?
I mean, that's the only reason.
That's kind of tone deaf. Well, I guess
I agree.
You know what? Honestly, I would say that's tone deaf. But in this age of the Wild Wild West, anything goes. Anything goes, right? Like you want to come poach my coach in the middle of a national championship run, one conference school to the next? Whatever. Yeah, let's do that. That's fine. Oh, my quarterback's signed, sealed, and delivered here, and I've already paid him $5 million. Oh, he's leaving? Yeah, whatever. What does it matter?
Yeah, and by the way, if I'm Texas Tech right now, I'm making phone calls to Sam Levitt.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know how much Lane Kiffin's paying you over there.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be awesome?
We will triple it.
Yeah.
You want $25 million to come play for Tech this year? Let's do it.
Come on.
Plane will be there tomorrow.
Yeah. Love
God,
that.
that would be, not only would that be great just for the system of college football and NIL, stick it to Lane Kiffin. I don't give a crap. Idiot.
You'd love that.
God,
But that's where we are. That's where we are now with this ridiculousness. And Congress still can't pass the Save College Football Act or Save College Sports Act.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Like, how do you not just pull the trigger on that? Because you idiots up there can't do anything at for anybody. Any good legislation comes, and I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better than what we got going on now. A hell of a lot better. And you guys can't even pass that? Like, you're
where are we going to be in 5 years, JP?
By the way, but did you see the story on insider trading?
Yeah. How about that?
In case, I'll try to keep this as simple as I can. So this new AI model came out, and they were able to track every congressperson, what committee they're on, what stocks they bought, when they bought them, how it changed. So it's like this perfect algorithm that puts together everything into a nice little neat box and says, this is how much money this dude made on insider trading because he was in charge of the committee that voted for this particular bill.
Yep.
I mean, it's just perfectly done. And across the board, across the parties, every effing one of them making hundreds of millions of dollars on insider trading. And guess what? Everybody on their staff was probably doing it too. And guess how many arrests we've had? Because this is against the law, by the way. Zero. Martha Stewart on line 4. And everybody else, every other person that's been arrested for insider trading. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, at what point do these people get arrested? And yet, and they still get reelected. No term limits. None. We got term limits on presidents, but not on these jamokes. How does that work? My God.
That hasn't changed before now.
Oh, unbelievable.
It's because the people that don't have term limits are the ones that have to approve it.
Yeah, exactly. But we're supposed to be able to constitutionally amend our constitution with a vote of states.
Yeah.
We can't, the people, this term limits is like a 99% polls at about 95% for the people and to get it done. So are we a representative democracy? Yeah, our representatives are not giving us democracy. That's what it means. How can we not have term limits? And nobody be how is nobody arrested for this?
Nobody's being held accountable for any of it.
And we got freaking this Elizabeth Warren and Nancy Pelosi who've been the worst of the worst, pointing fingers at everybody else for shit. Good God. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and get back into sports. Rays blow another one last night. A lot of you guys talking about the bullpen. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll hear more from Baker and Bowles. Lots more coming your way. We're brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Yes, Italiano Insurance, soon to become AJ Gallagher, one of the largest insurance brokers in the world. You will start to hear and see a name change, but it will still be the same great folks providing amazing service. What does it mean for you? Well, more insurance markets and options to better serve you and your family's needs. Call 813-877-7799 today and protect your family with the Italiano team at Gallagher Insurance, serving this community for over 65 years. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our Fanstream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on Fanstream Sports.
All right, welcome back to JP Peterson. Yoo-hoo-hoo. We're brought to you by the great folks at the Golden Diamond Source. Father's Day coming up this weekend. Have you not gone shopping for your father? Have you not gone shopping for your father, children? I'm talking to you, my children. The Golden Diamond Source is where you need to be. They've got a great new men's section there full of great baller watches. They've got pre-owned Rolex there as well. You can get anything from necklaces to pendants to rings, something that your dad will love. How about a new nose ring for Pops? Yes, that's what he really, really wants, especially if his name is Tim Ham. Gold and Diamond Source is where you go. You'd look good with one. Check them out, 3800 Omerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
So are you talking about like just the on the up here, or are you talking about like the septum thing, like the bull ring thing?
Bull ring. You got to have a bull
I would
ring.
love to have one of those.
Go get you one. The Golden Diamond Source. They'll pierce you right there.
Dude, they do piercings there?
I don't know. I should have said that before I knew.
Probably shouldn't have called attention to it.
I mean, if they do it in the mall, Can't
I
they
can
do it
at the mall?
Right?
Where I got my ears pierced at 16 at Hot Topic.
I can totally see that.
In the mall, I did.
You went and got your Orange Julius. Get your ears pierced at the same time.
Whatever the chocolate chip cookie place was back in the day, Mrs.
You got
Fields.
an Annie Ann's pretzel. Didn't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the pretzel place.
Annie Ann's. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. No, you did.
Dipping my pretzel in the cheese sauce, getting my.
We used to play at this place called at the Hollywood Mall, where I grew up in Hollywood. Used to have this place called Orange Julius, or was it called Orange Bowl? Was it Orange Bowl? Yeah, it was Orange Bowl, and they had the best pizza. Like, man, that just thin New York pizza. You get a slice in an Orange Julius for like $1.12. It was fantastic. Wow. And you'd go to the mall and you'd like do a little, try to go inside the store, and then you time it out where you go eat your lunch, get that slice in an Orange Julius. Oh, it's in heaven. Absolutely heaven. Yeah, Annie Ann's pretzels are good. They're good.
Big time.
Rick says Sparrow Pizza. Sparrow Pizza is garbage. It's garbage, Rick. It's garbage. Not a Sparrow fan at all.
I don't mind it.
You like Sparrow Pizza? Like Sparrow Pizza
I haven't
to me
had it
is
in
like
30 years, but
I'm just gonna put a lot of crap on a piece of dough and just gonna load it because they're big and it's a good meal. It's not terrible pizza, but it's not. I don't know. I'm not a big Sparrow fan. I like.
What is your favorite pizza?
Well, I have. There's a place called Eddie and Sam's here. That's what Ken Babby got for us at the city council meeting. It is as close to New York pizza as you will ever get. It is absolutely fantastic. So I like. There's no chain pizza I really like.
Yeah, I'm with you.
There's so Eddie and Sam's would be number one. Sally O'Neill's is another one in South Tampa that's absolutely fantastic. Sally O'Neill's. These are local places. Cappy's Pizza. That's my daughter and I, Shay and I, we go to Cappy's Pizza whenever we can. There's still a cash only.
Nice.
Cappy's Pizza. Yeah, those three would be my top three pizza places. There's one in Palm Harbor that's really good. And I'm trying to remember the name of it. Old what's his face came and did a pizza thing on it.
What's his face?
The guy from
Dave
Barstool.
Portnoy?
Yeah, he did it's really good.
Oh,
pizza.
what's his face? That's my new name for him now.
Yeah. So that is put up your favorite pizzas, the local pizza places.
Yeah, there's a place here in Little Elm, literally up the next street from where I live. That's a one-off. The guy's from Brooklyn. He's about 50. He worked in a pizzeria in Brooklyn. Brought the rest. He said the only thing that I can't bring from Brooklyn every day is the water.
That's the key.
He's like, everything here. Yeah, he goes, everything here is as close as I can get it, but I can't bring the water. But like the dough and everything's all the same that they made up there. And dude, it is. It's the big New York style, right? So
for some reason, that dough is the thing. So my buddy bought a franchise, and it was in Tallahassee, right there, down by the stadium. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Guys, help me with the name of it. It's like something to do with New York pizza, New York something. And they claim Brooklyn pizza or Brooklyn something. They claim that they bring the water, and I'm going to tell you what, it works. Whatever they're doing, it works. That's it. But Eddie and Sam's does the same thing. It tastes exactly like New York pizza.
There's two things that are always better in New York because of the water: pizza and bagels.
Yeah.
It's inexplainable.
A Brooklyn Bagel Company. I think that's what they call it. So they make the bagels and the pizza, and they import the water to do it. Wow. And it works. Totally works. And it's fantastic. Yeah. Awesome. Danny Boy said the people up north say the same thing about the water. Nona Pizza in Palm Harbor. Yeah, Nona Pizza, really, really good. We went and had that one night. It was outstanding. I don't know if it's better than Eddie and Sam's, but it's damn close. Marina's Pizza, pizza with the Brazzino. Yeah, you can do that. There's some good pizza spots. But mall pizza, the best I ever had was that Orange Bowl pizza. It was good. Woo, really good.
With the Orange Julius.
The Orange Julius, which is like an orange icy, but it's different. It's just, I don't know how they do it, but it's just
different than the icy. Yeah, it's so good.
It's like a creamsicle smoothie almost. is about the best I could do. Yeah, really, really good. Kurt Thorson asks, is this Texas Tech kid not toxic? Why would NFL teams even bother giving the baggage? Because he can play quarterback.
Yeah,
you overlook a lot of things when you can play quarterback.
Are you trying to tell me there's not toxic players in the NFL?
It's just, but if you're the NFL, it's a credibility question. He's an addict. People do get over their addictions, though. That's what I'm told. But imagine Sorsby playing in a big game, right? And something happens and it brings it into question. He throws a pick late in the game that looks really, really bad. Everybody's going to say it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm not disagreeing with any of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be somewhere this year.
Michael LaRue says, why would the Bucs sign Baker for any amount more or longer than the franchise tender of 1 year, $52 million? Because it's the right thing to do? Firing Bowles was also the right thing to do. Man, I just can't see the Bucs treating Baker like that. I just can't. Treating Baker like George Pickens? That's a bad look. It's a bad look for your team. And the Bucs have been really cognizant of this, of doing things. Don't do things that are going to reverberate in the locker room. Don't do things that they start questioning ownership. And I think we might be getting close to that if you did something like that. If you did something like that, the players would be like, oh, come on, you can't treat my dog like that. Can't treat my dog like a dog. Can't do that. So that's just not. Listen, I think the two sides are far apart, but I also think the Buccaneers do have a history of lowballing people and then getting the deal done. So let's give them some time. It's all, again, just like the Rays deal. It's the process always looks ugly, and you at the end they usually get the deal done. So it looks ugly right now, but I think in the end, I think they'll work it out. I really think they're going to get a deal done.
Jerry Jones always says, deadlines make deals.
Deadline make deals. Morning to you. I said deadlines make deals, right? Yeah, they do.
Usually for the other party.
Yeah. Yeah. That's when I really pull out my checkbook. Rick says Cam Jordan's back with the Saints.
And I saw rumors of that possibly happening. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's really going to tip the balance of the NFC South, that old guy.
Look out, Bucs.
I thought he was already signed to do Fox games or something.
Well, he probably sucked.
Yeah.
In his tryouts.
All right, let's go back to the top of the comments here. Kurt Thorson says, Kevin Cash's bullpen decision-making versus the Dodgers are a dumpster fire. Tired at 3, let's bring in Matz, and it's gone. That our fill of our Steven Matz experience. Listen, the dude has no confidence. You bring him in. I could not agree more. Evan and I were talking about this today over at Bucs camp. I was watching. I admit I fell asleep during that part of the game. Sorry, but I had to go back and go through that. First of all, Aranda first or second inning, got to catch that ball. He had a little line drive to his right, drops the line drive off of Muncie's bat, and then tries to get him at first. Doesn't get him at first. Next batter, Kyle Tucker hits it out. 3-run homer instead of what probably should have been a 2-run homer in a 1-run game. So that's no good. Defensively, they got to be better, especially on the road, and they haven't been. They're not good enough to be making defensive mistakes like that. You got to clean that shit up. That said, that's the only really hiccup that Nick Martinez had. He got out of a couple of big jams, and then you go to the bullpen, and at some point, since Clevenger probably wasn't available, you're going to have to go to Mets, and you choose that particular time to go to him. As Evan said, maybe you stick with Martinez one more inning, see if he can get out of it. That way, you push everybody back and probably can get the dub. But then you wouldn't have to bring in Matz. But at this point, that guy's worthless. Yep. That pitch that he made to who hit that ball out, the game when Rojas, I mean, come on, dude. Like thigh high, inner half, the fast 94 mile an hour fastball. Come on now. That's just, and you're just, because he can't find the plate. He's just going to leave it right over the middle. That's what he's been doing. And in that bandbox, that's not going to work. So, yeah, the bullpen right now is a disgrace. All right, Kurt also says, county attorney says TSA board members cannot be removed before their term is up. Those accused of not disclosing conflicting interests deny their accusations. Look, I've got friends on the TSA board, okay? I love them all. They're good people. But this whole thing stinks. I'm speaking to what's best for Tampa Bay, and I think Chair Clendenin said it best. This is not the Bucs Stadium Authority. And of course, everybody on the TSA, they love the Bucs. That's been their main tenet forever. They've always been the priority. The Rays have been in St. Pete. Their priorities have always been the Lightning, the Yankees, and the Bucs. So who are they going to be loyal to? Of course they're going to be loyal to the Bucs. Of course they are. But in this situation, that's what's best for Tampa Bay? I mean, I would argue no. And I would spout exactly what Clendenin has said. Is look at the two deals. The two deals are drastically different. And we don't even know really what the Bucs deal is yet. Except that they want it'll be $1 billion deal of which they'll ask for 2/3. They're not getting that. Because it doesn't give back to the tax. You can't justify what comes back to the taxpayers as much as you can with the Rays. That Rays is 81 home games, plus it's 8 million square feet that you're building that's going to be taxable. We've done all the numbers. You guys know all the numbers. You know everything that's coming back. That's not what Raymond James Stadium is. And you already got a great deal the first time and made tons of money off of it. And the fact that the Bucs are asking for it now and not doing any comment at all because they don't need to, because the TSA folks are doing it for them. And that's not, I love you all. I love you all. But that's not cool. That's not cool. What's best for Tampa Bay? All right? And and here's the other thing. We can all do this. We can do the 500 for the Bucs. We can do the 976 for the Rays and all that brings, okay? And we can do the 275 for the Lightning over 35 years. We're not writing checks right now, okay? We're talking about 35 years of income streams coming in from all of these projects. So let's not conflate everything into crazy stuff. And let's do this right. Come on now. And it's sending letters. Oh, Bucs should be the priority. Come on now. That's not your role at the TSA. You're a management role. And the board members, to quote the great Alan Clendenin, know your role and shut your hole. And I say that respectfully. So, and listen, we all know what's going on here. I don't need to spell it out for you guys. Do I want to see anybody kick off the TSA board? Hell no. Hell no. Are there conflicts of interest? Let's define conflicts of interest. Okay. I mean, come on now. We all know what's going on here. We all know. Come on. Let's all. I don't know how to say this. When that's how I put this.
Careful.
I know so many people involved in this are friends of mine. But I just think let's all not throw. We don't need to throw anybody off boards. We don't need to get anybody in trouble. Everybody's having a good time. We're all going to the games, enjoying everything. That's great, fantastic. So let's not let that get in the way of what may be a generational deal, not for you, not for the Lightning, not for the Bucs, not for the Rays, but for Tampa Bay. Okay? Let's all come together as one for Tampa Bay. Okay? I know we all have our own special interests here and there, but let's not deny 11,000 permanent jobs to the people of Tampa Bay and a transformational stadium area that could bring us light rail and $155 billion, $100 billion in economic activity. Okay, let's not be so narrow-minded that we can't do everything here, and we can. We're a big boy city, so let's stop with our own little special interests and do what's best for Tampa Bay and do the right thing. Know your role, shut your hole. We're not going to get into your business. Don't get into ours. Nobody needs to be thrown off any TSA boards, but let's not sit here and act like we're pure as the driven snow, because we're not. We're not. So I think that's the best way to put it. And we'll leave it there.
Well done.
Thank you. Moving on. HR4FSU11 says Matt's has been a disaster for the last month. Time for a new direction, and he's not the answer. I would have to definitely agree. That's what I meant to say. I got little, see his avatar there? Look at that beautiful horse, Renegade. About the spears about to come down. Oh, the glory days, Timmy. Oh.
But is the spear coming down on the right person? That's the question.
Well, metaphorically speaking, no. We don't want anybody speared, but we sure would like someone's ended. What a disaster. What an absolute disaster that has befallen Florida State. It all started with the snub, Timmy.
It did, didn't it?
It sure did. It sure
Can't really
did.
argue that.
I played Kirk Herbstreit. That's where it all started. ESPN and Kirk Herbstreit, you started all this. Never forgive you. I don't care how cute your freaking dog is. Never.
Which one? He's had 4 of them. They all look the same.
Danny Boy said hitters will love that ballpark in Vegas, which I saw a bit of earlier this year, and I can tell you that ballpark is impressive already. Yeah, you know you know why it's impressive, Danny? Because it's a construction site, and we would just die to have one in Tampa, building a new baseball stadium. It would be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, look at that concrete pour! Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at that steel going up. Beautiful sunset. Oh, love it. Yeah, well, Torts is going to retire maybe to Tampa Bay. He's not returning to Vegas. He's ready to retire. That's right, because he told us in his acceptance speech.
Mm-hmm.
Did we ever run that on our program? That wonderful acceptance?
Yeah, you ran it the next day after you got it,
Yeah. He said he's going to retire here in Tampa Bay, but he also said in this story he's not ready to retire. So there's that. Danny Boy says Ryan Craig is expected to get the job in Vegas. He's their AHL coach. So, okay. So kind of a John Cooper thing there.
Yeah.
So, retire here, and he can come join FanStream Sports as a hockey analyst.
Or analyst.
How about that? Come on, Coach.
We prefer
right here.
We prefer the pronunciation analyst, but you can say it however you want.
Well, and I would say, first thing I'd say, Torch, you can swear. You can say,
yeah, right. Man, he would love that.
Yeah.
He would love that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Kurt says Jokers in Vegas ballpark will feature go-go dancers descending from the ceiling in the mid-fifth hooker race.
I'm in.
It's the 7th inning stretch, but here in Vegas, you get a lap dance instead. Come on out, girls. Throw up those 20s, guys. Let's go. It's the 7th inning stretch here in Vegas.
The ballpark would have to be 50s or 100s.
Yeah, that's right. The 50s or 100s.
Yeah,
Who wants to? Oh, look at that one down the first base line. She's a beaut. That'd be fun. Not that I would know what that's about, because
Sound
Timmy
like an
tells
expert
me
on the subject there.
That's, I observe things. Kurt says, I recall the Bucs having an issue with coaches not being great teachers in 2025, and it showed. Young guys consistently had no clue what to do during a game. Do new position coaches appear to be teaching? That's a great question. I don't know. From where I'm standing, I could sit here and give you a dog and pony show about it, and I don't know. I do know that these are younger coaches who aren't set in their ways, and the older coaches weren't getting it done. That's the bottom line. When you have that many mental errors and mistakes and coverage busts late in the season, there's something wrong with the coaching. There's something wrong. Coach's job is to get guys playing fast and free, but being in the right spots. That's your job. You're going to get beat over the top. Sometimes a guy's going to run by you. Sometimes a guy's going to make a contested catch, but you got to be in the zip code, okay, which oftentimes we are not. Way too often. So, yeah, the coaching's got to be better. Rick says, we know that Braswell is stuck in the backup role. I got news for you. I watched those outside linebackers. Braswell ain't making this team. If he does, it's a travesty. He's not a good special teams player. He's not going to be in the rotation. He ain't making this team, in my opinion.
That's a big swing and a miss, isn't it?
Unless somebody gets hurt. Unless 2 or 3 guys get hurt.
Is he even good enough to be a depth guy, though?
No, he's not. Because, look, you got Yahya, Muhammad, and Bain, who are locks.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Nelson, right? Mm-hmm. Then you got David Walker. Who am I forgetting? I think that's enough right there before you even get to Braswell.
Yeah,
he's not making the team unless there's a rash of injuries.
Something horribly has gone wrong if he's playing here in October.
Rick reminds us that Godwin is used to not playing with Mike. That's true. Mike has missed enough games over the last couple of years that he's used to it. Yeah, he's used to it. I've said this before. I'll say it again. And it's kind of a hard thing to quantify. Is the Bucs receiving core better without Mike? If you isolate that question, I don't think you can say yes. But if you ask me, is the offense better without Mike? Possibly. Because we've
talked about that. Yeah.
Because number one, you're going to build your offense around him. It's going to go through him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to be able to answer the bell for 17? Is those chronic hamstring problems going to get better at age 33? Probably not. So then you have to pivot. Now what are we doing? As opposed to going into a season where you've got a lot of guys that can do the same things, interchangeable, right? Godwin, Emeka, J-Mac, Abuka, Tez, right? You got Ted Hurst now, who's legit. Looks really like he looks the part. He's still a rookie. He's got a lot to learn. Looks the part. I think this offense in general is going to be better with Zach Robinson. And that's something that Baker talked about today, which we'll get back to right after this break.
Well, and here's the other thing about Mike Evans. Was his presence going to prohibit the development of your young receivers?
Yeah, of course.
Because if he's playing this year at whatever level he's able to play at, that's just time that now Hurst, and the other guys aren't on the field and they can't get playing time. So I think him being gone, again, it's hard to say the team's better without Mike Evans, but in a lot of senses, I think that's going to be true. But it's also, if he's here, slowing down the progress of your young draft picks at the same position. So by him being gone, hopefully the development is a little more rapid for these guys and they can contribute quicker. So
I agree. And it gives you, as Baker said today, I just got to make the reads and throw to the right guy.
Yeah.
And then when you have a more balanced offense, I think there's part of that. And just as, from watching 2 practices now, what does this offense look like? I mean, they ran a lot of screens today, a lot of short passing. I think that's what that offense is a lot about. It's not as much downfield throwing. Not that Baker can't do that, but if you have the run game, the play action game becomes so much more easy. You know, when you suck those linebackers up and, you know, you play action, and you're running the ball well. The guys can't get off the line as quickly to come kick your ass.
Yeah.
And that makes everything so much more effective. And I think you're going to see a ton of bootlegs too, which is something that Zach Robinson wasn't able to do in Atlanta last year because both of his quarterbacks couldn't run. So I think you're going to be short passing, a lot of bootlegs, a lot of movement, high percentage throws. And when you need to get it down the field, you're going to have a better shot to complete the passes because you'll have better throwing lanes. All of it comes together. At least that's how you hope. It all comes together. Yeah. All right, let's take our final break. We'll come back. I'll get you a little bit more Baker Mayfield. I'm going to run a couple more spots from him. It's really good stuff today. We're brought to you by the great folks at KingmakersTampa.com, which is this great private club we're in right now that you can join and have an office space in Midtown or near Midtown. We have shared office space, dedicated office space. Got a great meeting room for you here. We got a golf simulator that you can have as well. It all comes together. A sports bar, great place for events. It's a very unique place. It's called KingmakersTampa.com. Check it out. Back in 3. JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler. So don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. So if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Hey, coming up Friday night, MORTV has your Rays. You can watch it free on MORTV. It is your home for Rays baseball for 10 games this season, hopefully more next season. But you can watch 7 o'clock as the Nats come to town to face your Tampa Bay Rays. Hopefully they can get it going again at Tropicana Field. So check it out, MORTV, right there in your local stack of television stations on your cable TV. You will find it, all the great local programming here, MORTV, your home for Rays baseball, coming up this Friday at 7 o'clock with the Washington Nationals and the Rays going at it. So also, $49 Maintenance all-inclusive tickets.
Ooh.
Yeah, up there on the Maintenance stack. That's been a very popular place. So if you're looking for tickets for this weekend, think about it, $49, Timmy. You're going out on a Friday night. If you're going out on a Friday night and you're going to get, say, like you normally would, like 10, 12 beers, what's that going to cost you? And that's not even going to an MLB game, right? That's going to cost you, I don't know, $75 at least.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out in hot dogs and popcorn. I don't know what else you get up there, but it's all that you get the food and the beer all inclusive. $49 plus a ticket to a baseball game.
Wow.
Who's doing that? Nobody. Get your tickets now. And I had unpaid solicitation, by the way.
You know what I just discovered that the Rangers are doing, and I don't know how long they've been doing it. I don't think they did it to start the season.
What?
And I'm
blowing leads?
No, they've been doing that all year.
Yeah.
They've been doing that all year. Well, you got to get the lead first, JP, to blow it, okay?
That's
first
right.
of all.
That's right.
No, they've got suite seats and amenities for the common man. For $156, you get basically a suite with I think
you get a ticket in the suite.
Yeah, a ticket to the suite. I think it's 15 other fans per suite. I don't know how many suites they do this for every game, but it's the full catering, all you can eat, like literally brunch, lunch, dinner. Like you've been in these carving stations and stuff.
Yeah.
Fully all you can eat, free sodas, free water. And then for $22 extra, they'll do bottomless mimosas. You know how many mimosas and prime
Ashley's in on
ribs
that.
I could ingest over the course of a 9-inning game?
What? So what's the whole enchilada in?
It's $156 per person.
And if you want bottomless mimosas, it's another 22.
It's another 22. So $178 will get you your full accoutrement of your suite. That includes the couch seating, outside in the actual stadium.
Yeah.
Or the bar tops right there in the suite overlooking the field, like all of it. I mean, dude, that might be a first date for me now. I might have to. I'm sorry, Applebee's. You might be out.
Yeah, that's a good. You know what's funny about that dynamic? So you can get like 2 seats. You get 1 seat. You get 2 seats. You get 5 seats, and you don't know who's going to be in the suite with you.
Right. Ooh, I might meet somebody.
That could be a fun game, or it could be a dangerous game to play.
I might meet somebody, but maybe I shouldn't take a date there. I might find a date there.
See, that's what I'm thinking for you. Not for
or
me.
end up having 2 dates that night.
Some people like that whole idea, be like going to your own little bar. But I generally would think that could end poorly. Because what if some guy's hogging the chicken tenders?
They'll bring more.
Or that's true. That's true. But also, somebody's like sneezing on the food. You know, you can get one of those guys. Like,
okay, is that guy going to be able? Is that guy going to be able to afford $170 for a ticket?
Oh, listen, rich people are rude too. Don't get twisted.
I'm not afraid to say shit to people, so I don't care.
If somebody's like choking up on the on my sliders, I'm like, yo, how about a handkerchief on that thing,
dude?
Huh?
Save some scampi for the rest of us,
right? That could be fun. That could be fun. You never know who you might meet in there.
I have to do that and report back.
Hey, listen, $49 for a ticket to a Major League Baseball game and all inclusive. Get out of here. That's the best deal
right there. Yeah, absolutely.
Especially in Tampa Bay, where everything is $50. Are you kidding me? Kurt Thorson says Torch wasn't fired. He was in retirement and was pulled out. He's back where he was. Enjoy the goal. No, the article I saw said he wanted to keep coaching. So I don't know how accurate that is. I could just text him and find out.
Well, technically, was he fired? Because he was only under contract through the end of the season, right? So they didn't fire him as much as they didn't re-sign him.
They didn't fire him. No, he wasn't fired.
Right.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to play one more Baker here. Before I do, one piece of news. Guess who's back at Flowery Branch with the Falcons?
Uh-oh.
Mr. Don't drive your car around him. James Pierce Jr., who tried to run over his ex-girlfriend multiple times, then fled police and had to be tracked down. So you know what you get for doing that? Trying to kill somebody with your car? Having an aggravated, by having a record of aggravated battery, and then trying to kill said person with your car, and then fleeing police in a chase, and then dumping the car and fleeing them again. You know what you get for that? Nothing. In South Florida, that is not evidently, you can get a trial diversion program for that. What the fuck?
Wow.
Really? Like, you attempted murder now, you get diversion? I mean, you're trying to ram somebody with your car like 5 times. And the Falcons are like, yeah, sure, come on back.
I thought he was in jail.
I thought so too. Stefanski said, I think throughout every situation, you take in all the information available to you. What information are we looking for here, Stefanski? Obviously, this being our mandatory portion of our program, he will do work in the weight room. He'll do individual drills out there. He's not going to do a team setting, team period type stuff. I just feel like with him not being here for the offseason program to date, I don't think it's fair to put him in those types of drills, but he'll be out there. You got to be fair to him, Timmy. Be fair now. We don't want to put him in, with the team. So let's be fair and just put him out on the side. Okay?
So here's what I'm seeing according to WPLG.
That's Miami.
He was released after posting an initial bond. He later entered a pre-trial intervention program that will result in all charges being dropped upon successful completion, allowing him to participate in mandatory team activities. Wow.
What? Pierce had been facing felony charges of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, fleeing police and resisting arrest, as well as misdemeanor stalking. Those charges will be dropped.
I feel like people have gotten more punishment for saying the wrong thing to a female in the office.
Yeah.
Much less running over them with their car.
Yeah.
Good grief.
And I went to jail for a clerical error. This guy didn't even, he's not even going to jail.
Clerical error. That's what I call mine too.
Except mine's true.
Yours is true. Yeah.
All right. I promised one more Baker. Let's do one more Baker. See if you can pick up the first one.
Which one you want?
I don't know. They're not logged. The first one I gave you, the one where he's walking up to the mic, you didn't even post that one.
Oh, we didn't play that one yet?
No, we didn't play it. We didn't post it.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll go get it.
You're fired.
That's okay. What if I post bond and go to an intervention program?
Then we'll bring you back to double pay. If we're in Miami. Jesus Christ. And the Falcons have no problem with it either. Like, oh, come on back. Yeah, sure. What is
All right. I think this is it. I think this is it right here.
All right. There's Bake. By the way, look at his arms.
Look at those guns.
Ooh. Guns up.
Bake, how you feeling this new offense?
Good.
Great question, JP.
I feel like we've made some really, really good strides throughout the offseason.
Give me the eye, too. Isn't he giving me his stink eye?
A little bit.
With everybody, just understanding the concepts, what we're really going to try and focus on. Obviously, new terminology. Conceptually, a lot of similar things that the guys that have been here have seen and done, but terminology. So you got to learn it. You got to treat like it's day one install. You're running a whole new program for the first time. So I think we've come a long way. Still a lot of work to be done, but I think the vets have grasped it and really taken ownership of it. And I think the young guys are kind of following in suit with that. And so it's been good to see. But first day of minicamp here, and got 2 more days to really continue to iron it out.
What are your thoughts on Ted Hurst, new receiver from the draft?
Really like Ted's game. Somebody that, he's a bigger body receiver, exceptional hands. I think his body control, he can really cover a lot of ground. I think for a big guy, he can cover a lot of ground. And so he should be a weapon for us. He should be able to help us out. For him, it's, the rookie, the normal rookie stuff, learning the offense, formations to where it's not having to think the whole time. It's more second nature, and that goes with the whole time. But he'll get better each day and continue to grasp it and help us out.
Does camp feel any different in terms of energy?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more energy. I think, and it's when you lose guys that have been here for a long time, like Levante and Mike and Dean and just others. Forget a few names, but people kind of wait around and wait for those guys to make a play or say something. And when you get new faces, and obviously Nacho's been here before, but you get guys that come in and spark a new energy. Maybe it's trash talk or just the way they approach the game. It uplifts everybody. And so it's been really fun to see. Obviously, all the new pieces on defense, that in itself brings a lot of energy. And so it's made every single practice competitive. Obviously, we had a day taken away, but that's the type of energy and
how about that
competition that we're having right now, which is really good for the Bucs.
New energy, new competition. Love it.
Kenneth's been doing great. Somebody that I've respected from afar when he was with Philly and with the Steelers. Just you can tell he's a sharp kid that's always been able to do pass protection stuff. He was doing that in Philly from a very early on in his career point, and then in Pittsburgh, absolutely balled out. And now to have him here, we're lucky. He's extremely sharp, great leader, can do everything you ask for. And obviously with Bucky, coming back slowly, it's good to have those guys. And obviously the running back room is still having Tuck in there as well.
JP, who do we have to bribe to get our FanStream Sports microphone up there with all those other ones?
Send me a FanStream Sports microphone. I'll put it up there.
Really?
Yeah. I'm using my little lavalier clip there that I can put up there because the other mic, I don't have you got to obviously pair it with something on your phone. So we don't have a mic cube that I can pair with that with this. Yeah.
I'm on it.
No, we can put it up there every time. I've been wanting to do that, but that's my little mic there down to the left. But it's better than doing it with the phone.
Oh, absolutely. Right? I was just thinking showing off. Yeah.
No, I'd love to. We got everybody else's free advertising up there. Why not ours? Absolutely. 100%.
All right.
I need a FanStream Sports on one side and the JP Peterson Show on the other. That's what we need. That's what we need right there. So anyway, a lot there as we produce on the air. Just do business on the air. That's what we do. Yeah. Love what he said about Gainwell. And Gainwell is like, he's getting the first reps for everything. Bucky was out there today. I don't think he did any team. He did not do any team, but Gainwell was running screen passes, and he's got a burst to him. He has got a burst. It looks a lot like Bucky, to be honest with you.
Good.
He catches the ball extremely well. And by the way, he said Sean Tucker's catching the ball much better this year.
Good.
But Gainwell just looks really good in the run game, but they're not blocking anybody, obviously. So I think he's going to be a huge upgrade over Rachaad White, to be quite honest. I love Rachaad. He did a lot of good things, but Gainwell is just more explosive. Rachaad was just always going to be a 3.4 yards per carry guy.
Yeah.
Did some really good things in the pass game.
Yep.
I think Gainwell gives you more in the run game and just as much in the pass game. So, and he mentioned Ted Hurst, and he really likes him, and he has a really natural movement to him. and you watch some of the smaller receivers do the receiver drills where they're doing sharp cuts and coming out of them. And that's when you want to see big receivers. How do they stop down? Do they lumber out of their break? And he does not. He does not. He looks like some of these smaller guys with lower centers. He looks just as fluid as them. And when you have a 6'3" receiver that can do that, like a Mike Evans, then that's a find. That is a legitimate find. Ted Hurst. I'm loving that. And then you heard a lot of what Baker said about the new offense. And I don't think he's sugarcoating it there by saying it's like day one install every day. And Bowles talked a lot about the details of which Zach Robinson was doing his thing. So it's two things. I think it's in the end, it's going to be a really good offense. But I think it might take a little bit time for them to get going. So the defense needs to be
expected. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have a new coordinator. If it looks as good day one as it does day 17, week 17, then it wasn't good in the first place, So they should kind of move into it, but I think it's going to give them so many options in the beginning that it should be good. I think it's going to be good to begin, but really good at the end of the season, like really, really good at the end of the season. So I'm excited about the offense, and defense is just a wait and see. I mean, everything looks good. Muhammad looks good wearing his 97, looks like Simeon. The number, everything looks good. It fits, but we need to see it in practice before anybody should be getting excited about the defense.
Well, and you need to see it on the field in September too.
Exactly.
Really.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We got to wait. Not in practice. We got to see how they play in the game, how they coach it up, how they play it. Make sure they're not all confused. Rick said, "Did JP edit out? Hey, Bake, I'm here for your job." Explains the side eye. No. He said, "Of course you don't want him out there. You don't want him getting mad and running over someone in a golf cart or a lawnmower." Talking about James Pearson. It's like, yeah. Make sure you take the keys out of the lawnmower over there. Pierce is around here.
Holy crap.
Coach tells him to do something he doesn't want to do, and there he's running over to the golf cart, just chasing down your defensive line coach. I think it's a bad look. Be a bad look. Man.
We had that happen here at AT&T Stadium a couple of years ago with a runaway golf cart. Like during a game, or it was before the game.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I think it was ran over like 4 people and injured them and stuff.
Somebody put like a brick on the gas pedal or something. I don't know what the hell that was.
I think that they had something in the golf cart, like a cone, maybe a big orange cone, and somehow it got knocked over and it landed right on the accelerator. And man, this runaway golf cart's running across the field at AT&T Stadium, and there's people like diving out of the way. There's no driver in it. I mean, other than the people getting hurt, it was really funny.
The guy that got maimed, it was hilarious. Just not for him. Right. All right, that'll do it for today. Remember, same thing tomorrow, Knuckleheads, 1 to 3. I'll be out at OTAs in the morning, getting some good stuff for you, and we'll bring it back. We're going to hear more from Baker. There's much more in this interview I want you to hear, so we'll play that tomorrow as well. I'm not sure who they're bringing to us tomorrow, but I'm sure it might be Godwin and some of their big names, so we'll get that to you. Right after we get it at $1 Place tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Go Rays tonight. Hopefully we can get it even with the Dodgers. We'll see you tomorrow.